Out. Get out. Freebird. Why? What did I ever do to deserve this? I don't know. What's up, everybody? This is Dead Dodge Garage Live. Woke up this morning, put on my slippers, walked in the kitchen and died. And oh, what a feeling when my soul went through the ceiling and on up into heaven I did right. When I got there, they did say, John, it happened this old way. You slipped upon the floor and hit your head. And all the angels say, just before you passed away, these were the very last words that you said. Said, please don't bury me down in that cold, cold ground. No, I'd rather have them cut me up, pass me all around, blow my brain in hurricane, blind can have my eyes, and the deaf can take both of my ears if they don't mind the size. Get my stomach to Milwaukee if they run out of beer. Put my socks in a cedar box just to get them out of here. Belis DeMillo can have my arms stuck out like Dr. Nose. Sell my heart to the junk man and give my love to Rose. But please don't bury me down in that cold, cold ground. No, I'd rather have them cut me up, pass me all around, blow my brain in a hurricane, blind can have my eyes, and the deaf can take both of my ears if they don't mind the size. Insert cool banjo solo. Get my feet to the footloose, careless, fancy free. Get my knees to the needy, don't you pull that stuff on me. Hand me down my walking cane, it's a sin to tell a lie. Send my mouth way down south and kiss my ass goodbye. But please don't bury me down in that cold, cold ground. No, I'd rather have them cut me up, pass me all around, blow my brain in a hurricane, blind can have my eyes, and the deaf can take both of my ears if they don't mind the size. So true. So true. Mongo only pawn in game of life. Lovejoy, what up? What's good in the hood? How's everybody doing? Smash those like buttons. Thank you, Wayne. Tom, don't buy the town car. What's wrong with you? Dennis Wheeler, tell us about the 318 and the 81 Challenger. No. Lovejoy, did you not have commenting privileges? Yeah, you're here. Soloist is here. First time chatter. This is Guitars and Cars. Yeah, you pretty much got it. Pretty much. Heaven. Yeah. Nice. How's it going? Can I be Stellantis' CEO? I have all kinds of experience running businesses into the ground. That's not a joke. Ben Braddock was here first. Nailed it. Stacy Renner. Dennis Wheeler was also early. Stephen Andrews. How's it going? Dan Arquette. Robert Fitch. Old Stuff Rules. Bonus nachos, everybody. Stephen Andrews said, whatever you fix, we love it. Oh, no, that's nice. That's very nice. And Dan and Mopar Jimmy both said, great videos this week. Enjoyed the videos. Thank you. Appreciate that. Rich Jordan is here. McLovin is here doing mod stuff. Larry Barker, how's it going? From Michigan. Yeah, Ray, that Studebaker would make an amazing straight axle gasser. Gary is on Team Lincoln. Humongous mistake. I don't care how many miles are on it. I just hate it. There you go. Telump has a question. And we do that here sometimes. Chris Freemaster also here. How's it going? And Tom is here. I think we established that. Both the Hergerts are here. William Fitch is good. Awesome. Anyway, Telump with a question, I think. 8060 150 completely stock, including ignition. Trying to set timing. Sticker says 7 BTDC. Can I give it more timing safely? You can go 10 safely, maybe even 12. But there's probably a lot of mechanical advance in that distributor, and so you could get into pinging on the high end. As stock as it is, you really don't need to do that. And honestly, for a truck, like, especially if you use it for truck stuff, of course, a D150 is not going to be doing serious hauling. But you don't want to get too excited with the advance curve on that. So yeah, you can give it a couple extra degrees, but that's about it. The power of Chrysler propels you, excuse me. That makes way more sense. Joe Filardi is here. How's it going? IB Anonymous, did you get the splinter out? It wasn't a splinter. It was a cat hair. It was stabbed in my foot for like 2 days. I thought I got it out. It didn't bug me at all yesterday, but then when I went to bed, I just thought to check, and it was a hair. Crazy. It's crazy. I've had that happen a couple times. Hot Shoe says, by the way, on the Challenger, you can use the Dodge D50 head. Yes, I'm aware. It's 2.6. They don't have the jet valves. Yeah. $350. Brand new non-jet valve head shipped. Amazing. So I might just get one coming. Not right now, but soon. Because for that money, instead, like, the jet valve delete kit is not quite half that, but still. Yeah. And yes, in case you don't know, and Wayne had a comment about this, I'm, based on the response to the video alone, I'm keeping the car and I'm doing more stuff with it. So, that is coming up. That was far and away the overwhelming opinion in the comments. Like, I'd say 98%, maybe 99%. I think I had 4 people or 5 people say you should sell it. And everyone else in that video got hundreds and hundreds of comments. Everybody wants to see it. Stick around. So, Tillump enjoyed the John Prine song. God, I love John Prine. It's one of my favorites. I'm a real Renaissance man. Or another way to put that is Jack of all trades, master of none. But thank you. Paul Steinberg is here. How's it going? What's up over there? Roy Cervantes is here. Yee! Your yee. Let me hear your yee. You say you're from around here. I ain't heard one yee out ya. Yee! Yep. All Classics Restoration. What is up? Roy Cervantes is always good for a yee. Yeah. Spread. What out? I think I only did. Oh, Tom's got 4. Yeah. Okay. 69 Coronet 500 is back. Dalton Sparks is back. Dalton Sparks, of course, is a member. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And thank you very much to everyone else who is a member and has continued to be one. What a humongous help. I'm pocketing. I like to be transparent about this kind of thing. I am pocketing approximately $700 every month from memberships, which is amazing. More than I ever expected. And as I promised when I announced that, I'm using that money for projects. It's going right into parts that otherwise I would not have gotten. So, thank you very much. Play us in. Done. Yeehaw! I got a bunch of those comments. A bunch of people read my descriptions. I don't know if you know this, but I actually put a good bit of time into the video descriptions. Like, I just do that. Ron G. Smog laws in Oregon. How bad? Don't know, but in Washington there are no inspections, no nothing. It's like the Wild West. Which I know might sound counterintuitive to what some people in the country assume Washington is like. But it's not. Jimmy Babs is here. What is up, Jimmy Babs? Jimmy Babs dropped the corn dog emoji, which, of course, I can't see over here. It's unfortunate. No snow up here, and don't you dare curse me with that, Ray. Actually, I don't mind the snow at all. Yeah. Center lines for the 81 Challenger. God, I would love center lines for that. I'm going to paint the wheels that are on it. Excuse me. Center lines would be awesome. 4-lug. I don't even know what the... Excuse me again. I don't know what the pattern is, but it's 4-lug. McLovin dropped a link to Tom's eBay store. Tom has tons and tons of cool parts on there. He sells all kinds of things all day long. Ron G, no, I'm in Washington. My Charger came from Oregon, and it had an Oregon plate on it for quite a while, allegedly, till the tabs ran out, allegedly. There's no late fees for out-of-state transfers, thankfully. Classic Dude Mike is drinking vodka and Yoo-Hoo. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Dan Orcutt remembers the bad old days in Washington with smog tests. Yeah, screw that. Yeah, Portland does have smog tests. I knew that because when I moved there, and I did not transfer my vehicles to Oregon registration, I was informed that they would have to pass if they were newer than, I think it was 75, but it might have been, maybe do they have the rolling 30-year thing? I don't know. Anyway, my 81 van would have had to pass the test, and I was like, no, it's not happening. Donnie! Donald! He sent me a picture and said, all right, hear me out. No, not doing that. I like it. I am thinking, excuse me, I am thinking about stickering it. But I don't know what with. Donnie also can't figure out if pineapple belongs on pizza. I believe I have definitively answered that question many times. Lovejoy, your comments are appearing. I don't know what's going on, but you're here. I can see you. I said that. Okay, in New York, it's a rolling 25 years old. Yeah, that's cool. That makes more sense. Oh yeah, Tom's almost to 7,000 subscribers. If you have not subscribed to Rocket Restorations, which seems unlikely if you hang out here every week, you should do that and help him in his quest for not global domination, but something. Avon is here. What is up, Avon? Of course, he got here 12 minutes ago, and I'm only just now reading that comment. Dan Tupper is also here. Todd Denayo. William Fitch. Let's talk 340s. Okay. I'm going to rebuild mine. I'm just going to give it a hone, make sure the rings are all right, check all the bearings, clean everything, throw it back together. I'm going to go through the stock J-heads. And, whoa. That was cool. I don't know what that was. Anyway. Huh. I apologize for the sound getting weird. That might be with us for a while. Stop it! Quit that! What are you doing? Is it this? Maybe it's this? I don't know anything. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to be doing the 340 in my Demon coming up. It's nothing crazy. Just basically as stock as I can get it. Fleetwood, what's up? Les Sherrod is having a cold snack, and Paul Steinberg said, say what you will, Jamie, got my glass of whiskey ready. Yeah, nice. Chris Freemasser backing me up on the issue of pineapple on pizza. Can't do it. I did drink that pineapple cider last week, and it was okay, but it was a little too pineapple-y. Tonight, it's the Incline Imperial Tart Cherry, which is quite good. Tom also backing me up on the pineapple issue, and Dennis Wheeler. Yeah, everybody's on my side. Mauricia, as a Weirdo car enjoyer, 93 Mark 8 and 95 Mercury Cougar, I am very ready for the Weirdo car stream. Awesome. Well, you've come to the right place. And I almost got a Mark 8 once. I think it was a 95, but the transmission was weird. I was going to trade my 3 Series BMW for it, but BMW turned out to have a head gasket issue, which I fixed later twice. That's when we learned about torque-to-yield angle bolts, and the transmission was weird in the Lincoln, so didn't do the deal. Hot Shoe said, careful, he's wearing the crap hat. I'm powered by it. Oh, really? Hot Shoe may still have a turbo manifold and multi-port injection manifold for a 2.6 if I'm interested. I am interested. Have your people call my people. DeadDodgeGarage@gmail.com. Obviously, pending still having them. Vic wants some of my global domination. Fine, you can have a little global. I can't even talk. You can have a little global domination for a treat. Tom put Dead Dodge Garage merch on his Christmas list, which is another way of telling you that he's never had any. Stacy sent me a meme. It's a news report that says 50% of world's pineapples now contain cocaine. And a comment on the article says, okay, now it belongs on pizza. Jesus Christ, on a cracker. I like it. Yeah. David Capel or Capel? Capel, hopefully. Or Copley? I apologize. I definitely murdered that one. Great way to sponsor builds, that and swag. Enjoy your videos. Learned a few things from a 73 Dodge. Cheers with Crown Apple and Squirt. Accidental find. Only had Squirt in the fridge. Cheers. I've had something mixed with Squirt, and it wasn't half bad. Pouring out for the CEO of Stellantis. Well, didn't he resign some time ago, or is it another one? Because what's his name? Tavares? Didn't he resign like a month ago or more? IB Anonymous wants to know if it's turbo time for the Challenger. Not yet, but maybe. Ray, I'm pretty sure I can hotwire a Mopar now. Yes, I'm pretty sure you can. Nice. Wayne Buzzle said, check out the Turbo 4G 63 Eagle Summit at New England Dragway video. Badass sleeper. Yeah, they're great drivetrains. They really are. If I were going to change the engine, which I don't want to, that is what I would do, 4G 63, because it's the natural upgrade path for that car. It's what that car would have had if it was made in, 1992 or whatever. My mom is here. She just got done watching the video about the cute little Studebaker. I pulled up to her house in that the other day, and she said, you could park that here. It's adorable. I like it. And I said, I already sold it. And she said, well, that's lame. Anyway, sold it to my neighbor, Steve. And we're going to get it unleaking for him this coming week. Yeah. Turbo manifold from Conquest on that Challenger with individual throttle bodies. The dual side draft Webers are in my cart right now. But the manifold has to come from Australia. And it's 511 Australian dollars, which I'm sure is some number of American dollars. And then I'm $1,000 into making it worse. So, I was thinking I would make my own intake. I'm not. There is coolant in the front of it, so I don't know. And my other thought was hack up the original, which doesn't matter unless I mess it up, and then I don't have another one to put back in. So, we'll give it some thought. Chaz Robertson said 4x100 mil if it's the same as the front-wheel drive Chrysler, but I don't know if it is. Dave LA had a 76 Dodge Colt, had the 2-liter Mitsubishi, had a dual carb intake from Direct Connection, and log tube headers. I went looking for headers. Excuse me, they're kind of hard to come by. They have truck headers out there. Paul Wortman wants to know if that's a Rickenbacker base. Yes, that is my Rickenbacker 4003. I love that thing. It is one of my favoritist things of ever. And if this whole YouTube thing works out, I'm going to buy a second one. People saying they like pineapple on pizza. I'm just not into that lifestyle. No to chicken or any white sauce, Jeff. Come on. Tracy Gunn wants to know when we can get that PT Cruiser. Tom needs to bring 6 vehicles here. I have room for 1. So to answer your question, not yet. But I do have a plan, and it's an awesome plan, and everyone's going to love it. Remember the whole Gasser PT Cruiser thing? You're going to love it. It's going to be the best things ever. Best things? Yeah, it's you know what I meant. Hola, Patrick Radcliffe. ¿Cómo está? ¿Qué es nuevo? ¿Qué es bueno? The sheriff is near? Thank you. Yeah, when I said banjo, it's actually steel guitar. She turned me into a newt. I got better. Yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's the only Christmas movie that matters. Hey, smash the like button, would you? Because it does stuff for the thing with the deal. Like the like button, but only if you like liking the likes. And tell Tom not to buy an 89 Lincoln Town Car. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Welcome to Florida. Enjoy your stay. Chaz Robertson has an 84 Rampage. Dude, I had a deal lined up for a Rampage. Someday I will do an SRT4 Rampage swap. But it was on the wrong side of the state. And as I mentioned, I don't have any room. So yeah, I just couldn't do it. Tyler C. asked if said great video on the Blue Challenger. Is that considered an L body? No, it's an import car. I don't think it had a Chrysler chassis code. At least I don't think so. L body isn't that a K car derivative? I don't know anything. Solo Ascent is building a 94 5.9 Magnum for my TJ. Stock cam okay or tow cam? Would the bigger cam be worth it? Honestly, in stock form, it's a great engine. But the funny thing about the 5.9 is the cam is actually smaller than the 5.2. It is teeny tiny. It's a little broomstick. You can go significantly larger without annoying the computer. And you can get it tuned to make things even less stupid. I actually have one of those computer cams, and it's remarkably mild. But compared to the stock 5.9 cam, it's pretty aggressive. It's like is it 446 lift? Or is it 450? It's around there. I think it's 440 something lift, but the stock one is like 410. If you're going to take it apart anyway, upgrading is fine, but the stock configuration will do just fine. I mean, especially in a TJ, which weighs about as much as 3 Stetson hats. You really don't need much more than it comes with. And my 66 Charger with a 5.9 Magnum EFI did burnouts all day long, and our van does too. So, yeah, you don't need to change it, but you could if it made you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Nice. Mike Noodle enjoys almost all of my videos. You didn't like the little outboard video, did you? No one else did either. I am particularly enjoying the Challenger videos. So many people love that thing. It's not going anywhere. I'm really looking forward to it. I have all kinds of ideas. Balance shaft delete, jet valve delete, and or change the whole head, and or modify the jet valves. Port the head, cam. Get a regrind. Manifolds. Obviously, the cat's got to go. Set of headers would be really nice. Side drafts. I got some ideas. Mark M. Jamie, on the last Black Barracuda video, I saw on the sending unit a snap-on ground strap. Is that something I should consider? You don't have that? Really? Yeah, get one. Get one. It's not your problem, but get one anyway. Oh, so Oh, that's interesting. He was supposed to retire in 2026, but is out the door now. I swear it was announced some time ago that he was stepping down. And a damn good thing, too. Yeah. Yes, my brother sold the Daily Driver Barracuda, which is somewhat ironical because I was going to do a video on it. And he was in the middle of a video on it. And so I started filming one. He had already done some stuff. And then he sold the car. So there will be one more video coming on the Daily Driver Barracuda. And that's it. And honestly, for what he got for it, I I would have sold it too. Twice. I'd make that deal all day long. My sister is here and awake. She swears. Haven is asleep. I promise. Nice. Dodgebichi. Nice. William Fitch, I want to change the camshaft in my 340. Well, get an NOS Mopar purple shaft or have one ground by your local cam grinder. Organ Cams is really good. Or organ cam grinders. Yeah. Dude. Yeah. I've already made in 2 videos, and the one from yesterday is still chuchin', as the kids are saying. The kids aren't. No one says that. It's got 21,000 views. I've made 1,100. Oh my God. I've made $1,100 on the videos from that car so far, and everybody likes it. I've gotten so many subs and tons and tons and tons of comments. And yeah, it's just huge. It's huge on the channel. So it stays, and I'm going to do a lot more with it. Which sucks because I really, really need some parking spots back. And that reminds me, if anyone is interested in the 64 Bel Air, it did not actually sell. The guy sent a deposit and then just it's gone. If anyone's interested in the 64 Bel Air sedan, I'll make you a deal because I want to not see that anymore. It would probably drive home, to be completely honest with you. It runs and drives. It has tires that don't suck on it now. Yeah. How are you going to find tires or suspension parts for that Challenger? Well, as far as tires are concerned, I believe they're still making them. Suspension parts may be a bit more challenging, but I'm pretty sure most of it's out there. It's going to be fine. All I need is outer tie rods and ball joints and rear brake shoes. They are on Rock Auto. I haven't looked for the suspension or steering parts. Spitfire Mike, never sell to family or neighbors. I sold my Jeep Cherokee back to the, not family, but group of neighbors that I bought it from. And I see it drive by many days. IB Anonymous wants to know if we can see me repair and or replace, yeah, I won't be repairing it, the freeze plug on the Commander. Yes, I already started the video. Hopefully be actually doing that tomorrow. It's on my lift, so I kind of have to. Oh. My mom's going to have to ask for the Fury for Christmas. Colin's making disconcerting noises about selling it. Yes, he needs to. Or the Impala and keep the Fury, but he's got more. It would be really smart to sell all that stuff. Excuse me. Again. I'm choosing to ignore that comment, Speed and Demon. Nice. What's that fly doing? God, the fruit flies have just been off the chain lately. McLovin wants to know when the garbage can CUDA is getting back to the front of the project line. Dude, I would have actually brought it down and worked on it today, but the demon's under it with the back wheels off. I need to get them to the tire shop and get the drag radials mounted back on there. And then I'm going to put the old fronts back on. And the front runners will be ready to go for the Barracuda. Anyway, when the demon's movable again, I'll be able to bring the Barracuda down and work on it. Yeah. Yeah, 201 watching, and Tony hasn't even ended yet. That's pretty good. I want to thank everybody for being here. Tom's going to get the Lincoln just to make me work on it. I won't be here that day. I'm going to have COVID that day. Brian the Car Hauler wants to know, how does your ramp truck drive? I am looking to do one also. Honestly, for a 32-year-old, well-beaten, God knows how many miles, I'm sure the odometer's been changed, slightly bent, previously wrecked, home-built, hacked together, that truck has been ridden hard and put away wet. It's not bad, especially loaded. Loaded, it's all right. It rides all right, and it drives okay. It pulls to the right. I aligned it at home. It always pulled to the right. Then I changed the ruined ball joints. It pulled to the right worse. I aligned it, and it kind of went back to how it was. Many Cummins trucks pull to the right like that. Even my 03 does to a certain degree, but it's not bad. It doesn't scare me or anything. It doesn't. It can't drive great. You know what I mean? But it's not bad. I'm going to do a whole lot more to improve that truck as time goes on. Rebuild the rest of the front end, maybe check the wheelbase side to side, maybe see if I can make sure the frame is square and not like cracked or kinked or anything. And maybe add some reinforcement. That's my biggest concern. The front end of that truck is kind of like a wet noodle. But yeah, it's not too bad. I don't mind driving it. I actually enjoy it. It's only a little sketchy. And someone else asked if that was a Rickenbacker bass in the background. It may have been before I answered that question, but yes, it is. That is my Fire Glow 4003. Yeah. The Board Crafter, will we ever see the 62 Dodge Lancer again on your show? Well, it went home to Vic in Ohio. So maybe. Vic did make noises about driving it back out here next year, so it's possible. But other than that, no. Vivian's here and says, "How dare you call it a freeze plug?" I call it a freeze plug. People get all bent out of shape. I call it a core plug, or whatever, and people are like, "What? That's called a freeze plug." There's just no winning. Cannot be won. Jeff Hutchins asked if I remember the Studebaker pickups with the completely wrong Dodge beds. Someone was just telling me about that, and we went and looked at pictures, and I didn't recognize it as a Dodge bed, but maybe it was the wrong one. I want to see a picture of this. Oh, there it is. Well, no, hold on a second. Is it that one? The most ill-fitting bed. If it's that one, that is not a Dodge bed. It might be kind of a Dodge bed, but it's not a Dodge bed. Weird. Oh, it's that Dodge bed. It's a 56. It's a weird one. It predates the Finn bed. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, someone showed me a picture of one and said it was a Dodge bed. I didn't recognize it, and that's why. That bed was actually, that might be a 1 or 2 year only bed. Because then they had the crazy Finn one for 57, which is awesome. Super awesome. AMC guys said, it's the Challenging Challenger Challenge. Can't wait. Have to bring 6. Oh, yeah, says the guy who doesn't have any parking spots left. I don't want to talk about it. And McLovin did drop a link to our Discord a bit ago. So if you're not in our Discord and you want to be in our Discord, click the Discord link to join our Discord. Dean Stevenson was watching Uncle Tony and whoop, I ended up here. What gives? I don't know. Wayne Johnson, Jamie, dumb question. It's not a dumb question because it is a bit of a mind frig. How can they regrind a cam for more lift? As grinding is a subtractive process, do they weld material on, rough grind, heat treat, finish grind? Inquiring minds want to know. I don't know to what extent... they do add material and reheat treat, but just as a way to think about this, lift is the difference between the top of the lobe and the base circle. Okay, so on your stock cam, let's say the lobe is this high from the center line, the middle of the cam, right? The exact point in the middle of the cam. Let's say the lobe is here. Okay. And the base circle is yay tall here on the bottom. So if you want to get more lift, which is the difference between base circle and the top of the lobe, well, you cut down the base circle. So you take material off here. So now the measurable difference is bigger. It's the difference in the base circle. They can grind the base circle down and change the contour of the lobe at the same time. So hopefully that makes sense. It's kind of weird. Awesome. Full Garage says tie rods, idle arm, and Pitman are available on Rock Auto for the 81. That's great news. I'm going to order all that stuff. And rear braking shoes, brake shoes. Jeff Hutchins says, if you need a parking spot for your 68 Charger, let me know. I'm not far away. I don't want to sell it. I started it actually today. Haven't driven it in about a month. I took it to get coffee once. If you have $60,000 I can park in my bank account, I've got your 68 Charger. But you better catch me on the right day, because I love that car, and I don't actually want to sell it. Someone without a name is here and said, yo, wanted to say YouTube sent me your 81 Challenger video, and I love it. What a sweet car. Gonna watch that puppy get cleaned up for sure. Awesome. Yeah, because it's sticking around. Hundreds and hundreds of people said, yeah, do it. Les Sherritt said, extend the wheelbase on your Ram truck. Easy to say. I know. Yeah, I don't want to do that. The wheelbase is fine. It handles what I need it to handle just fine. I'm skating in under that 10,000 GVW mark where I want to be, because I do not want to have to stop at every way station in Washington. So yeah. Tom still needs to get that 62 Lancer in Portland that he bought 2 years ago. Is that the aluminum one? Aluminum block one? You should probably get on that. Everybody calls those stupid plugs something different, and I don't even care. I always call them freeze plugs, but that upsets people. But so does not calling them freeze plugs. There's literally no winning. So I'm just going to keep calling them those thingies or pluggy thingies or something of that nature. The thing you have to understand about them is they are not freeze protection. And if you are banking on them to be freeze protection, you're screwed. They might pop out if your block freezes, and it might crack right next to them. So, yeah. I'm changing my name to Stellantis. I'm headed down to Washington, D.C. Yeah. The other automotive YouTubers keep going on and on about how they use their merch sales to fund projects. Number one, I don't sell enough merch. Number two, and this will anger Tom, but I don't make dick on my merch. I just want people to have it. Having said that, I'm barely making enough to keep the store in operation, so I am going to raise prices a bit, but probably not up to as much as I should. And a Merry Christmas to you, too. Yeah. Christmas tree. Nice. Granddad's Junk is here. What is up? G'day, mate. This fly is driving me crazy. I'm not a witch. They dressed me up like this. Well, all right. We did the nose. And the hat. Nice. IB Anonymous wanted to know if I have replaced the oil filter housing, oil cooler, and filter housing on my 3.6 Challenger with the all-metal Dorman replacement. No, someone else did it for me. I actually mentioned that in the video. I don't have to worry about it. Because I would have had to worry about it if it wasn't already done. Yeah. Plymouth on plywood. Torched out all the hot rivets in the frame of my 93 W250. Replaced them with grade 8 fine thread bolts. Took a lot of the floppiness out of the frame. That's good to know. Yours is a W, so all the leaf brackets and stuff are riveted. The only thing riveted on the two-wheel drive, excuse me, well, maybe the strut rod cross member is riveted now that I think about it. The strut rod pedestals are welded. The engine, the cradle is riveted. Yeah, I've looked around for movement there and cracks and stuff, and I've never found anything, but jacking that truck up side to side, that frame does weird stuff. So yeah, I will consider that. I'd really like to do whatever I can to firm it up. Hot Shoe said, yes, they can add material. Yep, that does make sense. Normally they grind the heel and then re-harden it. Okay, that makes sense. Stephen Andrews, is that 64 Newport still sitting there at Dead Dodge Garage World headquarters? Yes, it is, and I believe he is ready to take $1,500 for it. He decided he didn't want to sell it at all, and then he put it back up. So, yeah, it's available. If it doesn't sell, I am going to do another video on it. I have a brake booster for it. There's a bunch of parts in it. I'd like to do it. I know people would like to see it, and my wife is really, really irritated that it's still sitting in front of the house. So yeah. Yeah. Dalton Sparks asked if the 5-speed trannies in the big trucks from the 60s to 70s have an overdrive. No, they don't. Yes, it's the 540, new process NP 540. There are multiple versions of that transmission, and there are overdrive versions, but to my knowledge, in that time, the ones they were using were just the basic 540. It's 540, 541, 542. I think Dan Tupper would know. We've talked about this before. But as far as I know, the ones they were using in that time had a 1-to-1 fifth gear. And there are different versions of that, too, because there's a road box and then there's a one with a granny low. Water leak plugs, Gary Swarteron said. That's a good one. Nice. Hell yeah. I use antifreeze for freeze protection. That's always been my go-to. I don't have that in the Demon right now, and I'm a little worried about it. I probably need to get it drained before long here. It didn't freeze last year. Yes. It does. I got it. Dave Demo says, need more K-Car stuff. You know, it'll come as it comes. I don't pick what shows up. Chaz Robertson, should I put a 3.6 Pentastar in my 86 D50? It's an amazing engine. I really like the Pentastar. I really, really do. Having said that, I don't know if you should or not. Robert Fitch, when I killed the 3.9 in my Dakota, 2 of those pluggy thingies blew out and still cracked the block. This is what I'm saying to you. Jeff Hutchins says block heaters in 83 to 85 6.9 IDI Ford diesels also crack blocks. And time can crack the 53 Cummins block. That is very true. I got my 99 Cummins because there was coolant streaming down the side of the block. I got like $2,000 knocked off it or something. It was streaming right down the side of the block. I smelled it. I looked underneath it. I saw it coming down the side. And I was like, dude, pretty sure this thing's got a cracked 53 block. I'll still buy it because I actually have a 12-valve engine I could put in this, but I'm not paying what you want. And so I got a bunch knocked off it. It was a loose heater hose. Actually, what had happened was they replaced the heater hoses and the heater nipple in the head, and it just didn't actually clamp tight on it. Like, the clamp was tight, but it didn't seal. And so I think I changed the whole nipple for a bigger one. But it was hilarious. Not my fault. It turned out that actually was the Mexican block, no number block, I think. The good one, the heavy one. Cheap Seats, do you do guitar repairs or send them out? I used to build guitars and wire guitars and do that kind of stuff. And I am so not into any of that anymore. I have a Strat, custom-built Strat right here. Actually, I bought myself this guitar on my 18th birthday. It was burgundy, same color as my Challenger, maple fretboard, obviously. It's a Mexican Fender. It was like $400, brand new. Bought this brand new. Had it for a while, traded it to my friend Frankie. He beat the ever-living dog snot out of it trying to antique it. It was really nice when he got it. And then he ended up sanding the body down. He took like a 1/4 inch off it, lightened it a lot, did this custom stain, and then gave it back to me. And all it has needed for the last year, 2 years, I don't even know, is the electronics put back in and the output jack soldered. Yeah, hasn't happened yet. Anyway. Yeah, so I just pay someone these days, although I don't need much done for guitar work. The Rick bass, actually, and this is pretty common, it's got a buzzing truss rod. You don't notice it at all when you're plugged in, but when I'm sitting jamming in my bedroom, I hear the truss rod buzz, and so I'm probably going to have that fixed professionally. I'm just going to say, just make it stop making that noise and string it and intonate it and clean it good. Classic Dude Mike says I should work up 12 days of Mopar song. No. No, I'm not into that. Everybody wants to hear it. I apologize. Chaz Robertson joined the Discord and is out. See you later, Chaz. Thank you. Catch you on the flippy flop. I'm not doing a Christmas song. In fact, I'm vehemently against the idea. AMC guy says, they have a pill now for buzzing truss rod. Bobblehead, do you have a slide guitar for sale? Any guitar is a slide guitar if you play it bad enough. And if you ruin the intonation well enough. Ray wants to know if Chrysler bolt pattern is the same as Chevy. Not on 5-lug, no. I don't know about the 4, but again, that's my car's a Mitsubishi, so yeah. Have I told my upside down cake story? My grandma one year, I used to stay with her a couple weeks every summer, and I was there, and she said, "Would you like some upside down cake?" Well, sure. That sounds, yeah, cake. I love cake. So she gave me some upside down cake, and I bit into it, and there was pineapple in it, and I said, "Why is there pineapple in this cake?" And she said, "It's pineapple upside down cake." I have never felt so wronged by cake. Do an Elvis Christmas song. I don't have any. Don't know any. Thank you for not doing a Christmas song. Yeah, you're welcome. Dude, it was a joke. I know it was a joke. Tim Jefferson, how do YouTubers always have a well-stocked parts store nearby? I went to O'Reilly. They looked at me funny and said, "What's a 440? Well, first off, I know all the O'Reilly cheat codes because I worked there for 5.5 years. Also, because I buy so much Mopar stuff from them, they stock all the common things that I need all the time. Lovejoy said K24 swap. No, that would be too much of an upgrade. Yeah, but we have, if you want car parts or coffee, you are well catered to in this town. We've got, used to be 5 part stores, there's 4 now. Right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, and our O'Reilly is pretty good on stocking things. I use Cut Rate for all the basic stuff. They're closer to home, cheaper, and I like them better, most of them. You know who you are. It's turbo time. Anyway, my sister forgot about the betrayal of the pineapple cake. 2 cracked freeze plugs, 3 spun bearings. Yeah. C. Kramer 115 is here and asked in a comment earlier, explain the rag trick. Okay, so I've shown it in multiple videos. I've always meant to do a rag trick video where I explain it. Tony actually recently did an old school carb tricks video, and that was one of them. So he explained it well and showed it, I think. Anyway, what you do is, with your carbureted car that's having issues running, when things get gunked up, like, for example, air bleeds or idle passages, you rev the engine up. Then you do one of 3 things. Depending on the carb design, you close the choke all the way, cover the choke tower with your hand, or shove a rag over it. Whichever one of those works. Usually you could just use the choke, but some carbs, when the throttle's open, you can't close the choke all the way, so that's inconvenient. So anyway, you rev it up, choke it off, and it's going to try and stumble and die. And right before it stalls, you uncover it, unchoke it, whatever, and then you brap the throttle a couple times, rev it up. I'll usually do that 3 times, and by the 3rd time, if it's going to work, it will have worked. But what it does is, basically, a whole ton of vacuum ends up underneath that choke or the rag or whatever, and it will pull crap through all of the little passageways in the carburetor and create magic. It works. It has worked for me many, many times. It was a lady years ago. I actually I owned a 71 Cadillac for a time, which I got from this lady, but I maintained it for her for years. And she recorded me doing this and put it on Twitter a long time ago. She was amazed. She could not believe it. Because it just it idled like crap. It was not happy, and I wasn't the one that had tuned it. And so I did the rag trick, and then I timed it by ear, and then I tuned the idles, and I dropped the idle speed down, and it just purred like a kitty, and it blew her mind. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of good miles, excuse me again, out of the rag trick. Yeah. Nice. That AMC guy works for a local parts store. I've bought so many Baldwin oil filters from AMCs that we actually stock them. Nice. Yep, there you go. Classic Dude Mike says the trick is to wrap the carburetor in the rag and throw it in the river. And then you do a dance and say an incantation. Jeff Hutchins. Coffee shops in Washington? What? Dan... Okay, yeah, Dan Tupper's answering questions about the A500 in the comments, which is awesome. So just see that. War Ghost. Actually, I've already done this. Hey, you should do a video on towing and tow vehicles. A lot of guys' biggest barrier is not having ways to move around cars. For example, best options for a D250 to tow cars around. I did a video explaining how I tow, getting the weight right, what to tow with, the importance of brakes, how I strap things down, how I load them, a long time ago, and nobody watched it. It was a broken van on 3 wheels that I was towing. It was really entertaining. But yeah, it didn't work then and it wouldn't work now. So I cannot do a video like that. It is something I do a lot. Alan Zitting says, I have welded jet valve shut on 2.6 Mitsubishi several times. And that's kind of what I was thinking. What I've been told is you need to cut the section that actually extends into the chamber off and then weld it up, maybe. Also, someone told me that they used the jet valves, enlarged them, and saw a power boost out of it, and they cut the little cap ends off, but left the things operational and ported them. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but it's a really interesting idea. But yeah, that's what I was figuring, but the delete kit's not expensive either. And the head, for all I know, the head is fine, but for $350 for a brand new one that also deletes the jet valves, like, it's kind of hard to say no to that. And the other nice thing is, and I always like anytime I can do this, if I can port that head, get that head fully prepped, and then take the old one off and install it on the car, I like that. Less downtime. That's not how I did the Slant 6. I just pulled it off and did it and put it back on. And it wasn't too bad. Just saying. Wouldn't mind having a spare. Dr. Art dropped in like half an hour ago, so I don't know if he's still here. But happy Sunday, Dr. Art. I saw your comment a bit ago, but then my entire brain farted. That'll happen. I actually ordered, I know I mentioned this. Holy shit. I ordered an Aces EFI. Aces Classic. Or whatever it is. They're super basic 4-barrel one for the turbo slant. So I'm going to pop that on there as soon as it gets here. And I'm hopeful. I believe it will be better. If it's not, I have my next step in mind as well. I know it will be better because I'll actually be able to tune the damn thing. I just hope it's as much better as I think it's going to be. We will see. But I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, the price was right. Sounds like it's coming on the fast boat from wherever the hell they're at. So, yeah. Plymouth on plywood. Could jet valve holes be used for nitrous? But you still have to get... I was thinking about something silly like that, but you still got to get fuel in there, extra fuel in there too. So, I don't know that there's any value in that. Todd Denio said to give the 81 Challenger forced induction. I may at some point. Not now. Let's share it. Be nice if your friend Steve could find a Studebaker 289. No, it wouldn't. Stud made an HP version. They did. I don't know about dual quads. I don't think there was an R series engine that had dual quads. What you can do is take, and I always get this wrong, it's either Cadillac or Oldsmobile. They're very similar engine families. One of them, you can bolt intakes and valve covers onto the Studebaker from that other engine family because it is copied off of a GM OHV V8. However, the ports in the 289 head are stupidly small. So yeah, you put it on there, it doesn't work. It looks cool, but it doesn't work. It's pointless. The 289 is a terrible engine. It is an awful, terrible engine, and anyone who says it isn't is wrong. Sorry, Vivian. It's just super archaic, and that is why they supercharge them, because the design is not great. It is very, very limited. It was designed to be limited. That's just what it is. They've got coffee can pistons. They have teeny tiny valves and teeny tiny ports, and 289 was the ultimate size for that engine, although there were a limited number of, I want to say, okay, Vivian says the R4 was dual quads. See, I don't know anything about the R4. Interesting. Okay, so I guess there was a Studebaker intake. It underperformed but looks nice. Well, that's exactly it. That's the whole thing. The reason Studebaker put forced induction on those engines is because they were so restrictive. Now, having driven that car, I could tell you it's fun. It's plenty fun. Don't get me wrong on that. But putting a 289 in that car is not an upgrade. It kind of isn't. Yeah, it just isn't. And also, Steve wants to just drive that car around. You know, that's all he needs it to be. He is super happy that it has the 6-cylinder. So, yeah. There you go. Nobody remembers who first introduced the PT Gasser idea. You used to... First off, I didn't even know you were here anymore. Second off, you used to drop into every live and say, PT Gasser guy here. BCC Photech was the, hey, you should build a PT Gasser guy. Nice. Aaron A. also dropped in. This was half an hour ago. Aaron, who has the oil pump leak on the 440, thanks for being awesome. I'll hopefully figure it out. I am sure you will. Yeah, that's it. Money is a huge motivator. And that's the thing. Like, dude, there are more cars. There are so many more cars. Yeah. C. Kramer 115. Speaking of cams, what is your cam rule of thumb for when you shouldn't bother with switching to manifold vacuum and recurve? I only do that specifically on ridiculous cam big blocks. And I don't have a rule of thumb for it. And each engine is a little different. But 440s, ridiculous 440s, I have found that works pretty well. I haven't done, that I can think of, I don't think I've done any small blocks that way. No, I don't do it all the time. Honestly, a lot of engines do benefit from more time. Even stockish engines do benefit from more timing at idle, but I don't normally... Yeah, I've never done it for anything stockish at all. Mexican Spec is here. Hi, Jamie. Is pipsqueak an insult? Yeah, I think it kind of is, isn't it? I mean, it's like calling somebody a little guy. Yeah, Alan said the plugs thread out of the head as an assembly. You can remove the guts and weld the whole shut. And that maybe that's what I'll do. You know, I have a welder and I'd love to save the money. But again, I can also just delete them. The heads are so cheap. And what if I get that head off and it's cracked and now I'm sitting here for 2 weeks waiting for the new one to come anyway? Yes. Is my mom just learning about the upside down pineapple thing? Nice. Oh, Cheap Seats said that'll get water out of an idle circuit too. Yes. Tony talked about that in his video. Good one. Nice. Plymouth Valiant. 1000 horsepower. Caitlin Harris, need to say this. Bought a Street Fighter 727 reverse valve body. Puked before I needed to change the engine oil. Turns out it was built wrong. End plays way tight. All stock parts. Wrecked the something. Because the comment was cut off. That sucks. Brutal. Burned Out Garage burned out garage. Hey, just picked up a 68 Coronet Sports Coupe. What the hell is a 68 Coronet Sports Coupe? Factory 273, nice. 7 1/4, no. 8 1/4, maybe. They did start phasing those in 68. Apparently. Late 68. Super weird little 7 1/4 was never in not once in a B body. That's not a thing. Super weird little car. Has a front sway bar and 26-inch radiator. That is weird. Nice. Bobblehead says, you need to set something up with SPSCC and charge tuition. I'm not a teacher. When I went to work at Rocket, I had two options. Go to work at Rocket and keep making videos, or try to become the local auto tech instructor, or stop it. Also, the college was looking for an assistant instructor, and I probably could have gone there too. But I didn't want to do that. Josh Homan is here. What is up? John Even, also here. Great news. I got a great deal on fender well headers. Bad news. I got to use fender well headers now. God, they're terrible, but so cool. And in an early A, well, this is the way. Mine are going back on. Wow. Bunch of people hopped in from Tony's Live. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. It's not an insult if your name is Pipsqueak. Someone commented today about not an R4, but a I think, weren't we talking about this car? It was a Lark with a supercharged 289 and a stick, I think, that competes in fast factory appearing stock tire racing series and does very, very well. Yeah. Mark M is here. Of course, Mark, the owner of every green Mopar. Not all of them, but most of them. Excuse me. And Mark has a 65 Studebaker, which is the same color as the one I did the video on today. It's hilarious. And his has an original 283. It's plenty of engine for that small car. Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah, that would be the upgrade path. If someone wanted to hot rod that 66, I would do a 283 or any other small block Chevy or whatever. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but not a Studebaker V8. That's the thing. Like, they're heavy and they're restrictive. If you have a Studebaker that came with one and you want to hot rod that one, awesome, right? But it's not what I would swap in it. Do what the Studebaker guys did and use a Cadillac engine. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Vivian says there were either 1 or 2 factory R4s made. Well, some crate motors are available for a while as well. John Even, more timing is always better until it isn't. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, wow. Ken Boyle is currently restoring a 36 Plymouth four-door. Nice. Engine was seized. So far, I'm having a blast. Can't wait for the day I get to see it run again. It was sitting 35 years untouched. That is amazing. Well, good luck and have fun. Nice. Yes. Blah wants to know, what's a good cam for a heavy 383 4-speed cruiser with headers, RPM intake, and 323 gears? So I would not tell you to go out and buy a comp today. I just wouldn't do that. Ever. I wouldn't tell you to go buy a comp cam. But what I have used over the years in multiple 383s that seemed pretty effective was a comp that was around 480 lift. And what was it? Was that one the 230 or 232 duration at 050? I can't remember, but it was a common comp. They always had it. Used it a couple times. It wasn't radical, you know. That's what we put in the green and silver crew cab. Worked really well for that. We put one in a Roadrunner 383. Worked just fine for that. Not amazing, but I just realized I left this up for a really long time. That's my bad. Yeah, so something around there. All I can say, though, is do not buy a comp. You could get a Mopar Purple Shaft NOS cam And lifters, make sure you get the lifters around that same number. Or, I read ahead. Or, call a cam grinder, regrinder. Organ cams is a good one, or organ cam grinders. Also, Delta Cams in Tacoma. They're both great companies. And I'm sure there are others across country. Use a cam grinder or get something NOS. Do not buy a cam off the shelf at Summit. Don't do it. But something around those specs would be great. Cave Dave is here. What is up, Cave Dave? A commenter today on the Studebaker video said that the front end of it looks like this, the Belvedere nose. And I could see it. I could see it. Yeah. Chris Greenhill's Garage. I came in late. Did Jamie just besmirch the 289? Cease your heresy immediately. The 289 Studebaker, not the 289 Ford. The 289 Ford is great. Ellen's it. Yeah, I know you can pull the jet valves. Yes, I know that. But I'm going to pull it and port it anyway. So it doesn't matter. Maybe some springs. I have to come up with a name for Tony? We're almost the same size. I think. Yeah, I'm a pipsqueak, for sure. If Tony called me a pipsqueak, that is damn fair. But I am like around an inch taller than him. Nice. Dennis Wheeler, the caddy motor in a Stude was such a thing, Ian Fleming wrote it into a Bond novel years ago. It even has a name, Studelac. Works really well, and the reason it works, the reason it's as easy as it is, again, is because, if you don't know this history, the Studebaker engine was literally traced. Yes, that's it. Yeah, the Comp XC268H. That is the number. I've used it multiple times. It's a great cam. Just a happy medium. When I say great cam, I mean great cam specs. I would not be buying a comp cam today. But they've done me well in the past. Yeah, did I only do 2 of those? I think I only did 2 of those. But yeah, it was that same number. And I put a very, very similar cam in a 340 once. And it worked okay. That engine made about a horsepower per cube, but the owner decided it wasn't enough, and now that thing has a stroker and aluminum heads and a bunch of other things. I talked him out of the first time. Nice. Burnout Garage Sports Coupe or Sports Sedan, IDK 2-door post. Okay, yes. Factory, 7 1/4 rear end. Yeah, send me a picture. deaddodgegarage@gmail.com. Because I just don't believe it. Vivian wants to know what's going on with the blue late 40s Stude, asking because you're YouTube's official Stude channel now. Someone told me in the comments to start Dead Studebaker Garage, which I am not willing to do, or Dead Stude Garage. I can't handle a second channel, so I'm just going to keep doing them here. People don't seem to mind too much. Anyway, I moved it, and the you might remember the linkage for the 3-on-the-3 shifter was always weird. Well, I think I broke something in the little shifter box thingy, and now it is stuck in reverse. I cannot get it out of reverse. It is reversed from attempts trying to get it out of reverse. It is reversed all the way to the thing, the slew. It's backed all the way against the slew. Could not be backed up anymore, so I'm out of tries. And recall, the clutch is rusted solid. So I can't even like that, and that's why it got jammed in gear, because it wouldn't declutch. I was trying to move it, and we drove it with the clutch stuck, and that was okay. And I was just messing around. I was back and forthing it, trying to free the clutch up again. And okay, I'm gonna park it, and then I broke the shifter with it in reverse. So I've got to get the little shift box thing taken apart. It's over there. It's miserable outside a lot of the time. I need to finish the electrical system. I need to unstick the number 5 intake valve, and then maybe go through the carburetor and get some fresh fuel in it. And there's a lot of other stuff. But anyway, Guy Kugler says that car I was talking about is known as the Stewed Tomato. That's the R Series powered Lark. Yeah, stewed tomato. Nice. Very nice. Jeff Hutchins. I could have been a teacher 25 years ago. Not now. Most of the kids nowadays are a waste of time. That is not new. For years, I've been hearing, like, we have a diesel program here, and I think it's gotten better, but apparently, local companies would not hire out of it. Yeah. So that's interesting. I did not want to be a teacher because you're not supposed to swear at children. Dan Tepper said, the Student 289, their partner Packard was making copies of Rolls-Royce Merlins during World War II. Would have thought they learned something. Well, funny enough, they did learn something. What they learned is that Packard was better at making engines. And for 1956, the Packard V8, the 352, was the top-of-the-line Golden Hawk engine. 56 only. And then Packard went away, and for 57, they started boosting them. Yeah, because the Packard plant was shuttered and sold, and they didn't have any of the stuff. And yeah, they stuck with the Studebaker engine, which was an interesting choice. And they didn't have any money to refresh it, so it never got refreshed. It just carried along till the end. No, Chris, I wouldn't trash talk the 289. The 289 is a great engine. Great engine. Ken Boyle talking about hardened seats. I would not be worried about that at all with your flathead. Just get everything unseized and get it running. Burnout Garage. I think you have more Studebaker content than Ford. There's a reason for that. I like Studebakers. You can run non-leaded gas, Ken. In your flathead, I doubt you will ever really have a problem. I have never, ever, not once worried about non-leaded fuel in any classic, period. Never have. I run regular, unleaded, ethanol trash fuel, or premium, depending on the engine, in everything. And I've never had a valve seat problem. Ever. Not once. You'll be fine. Probably. Just don't worry about it. Yeah. Chris Freemaster says, I live in the snow belt. It's most certainly a freeze plug. Yeah, but it doesn't do that. We talked about that. Chaz Robertson's first car was a 73 Plymouth Gold Duster. I had a 74 Duster. That was my first classic Mopar that I drove. It's pretty cool. I bought it, incidentally, for $300, running and driving in 2008. Which by that time was like, wow. Most of my early Mopars cost, well, my first one that I did not drive, which is why the Duster was the first one, was a 72 Valiant sedan, which I paid $140 for. Didn't run. Yeah, $300 for that Duster, running and driving it, drove home. Had rust in the roof, but a decent paint job, hang 10 bucket seats, a sunroof that had been added, decent interior. It was a... Dude, if you had to buy that Duster today, like... Probably 5,000-6,000. Yeah, probably 5,000-6,000. Yeah, cool car. Wish I could have that one back, among others. The 70 Swinger is the one I really want back, brother. That makes two of us. 223 of you hanging out. Oh, I lied. It's 218 because every time I go to say a number, it changes. But I want to thank you for hanging out and being here. And if you enjoy this, you should hit like on the stream because it does stuff for the thing with a deal. With the deal. You know what I meant. Oh, and also McLovin dropped a link to my merch store. This was a while back, but as I mentioned last week, the merch store has been going crazy. I've been processing all kinds of orders, so I want to thank you for that. And yeah, if you don't have merch, go there and get it. Nice. Tim Jefferson is here, but late because he was watching Mystery Science Theater 3000. Help! I'm sitting in something wet! I like it. Vivian on the 49s, dude. Reverse only. Now the slowest car ever by a manufacturer already known for making slow cars. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I just saw something, but it went away. Jamie is a talent scout? Seems unlikely. Nice. Rad. Yeah, Ken, you should try and fix yours. I would. It's not hard. Pull the head off, beat on the valves, spray things in the holes, set it on fire if you have to. John even says kids always sucked. Word to that, brother. All Classics Restoration hates the Ford 289. Wow, we're about to have a fight. Okay, yeah, the stewed tomato is a stock R2. Yep, okay. There's a stock R3 called the plain brown wrapper that runs a fair amount faster than the tomato at the pure stock muscle car drags. Huh! I'll be damned. Did I say hi to Alan? I don't know if I ever said hi to Alan. Or even Mrs. Allen. No, I don't think I did. That's messed up. Hi, Alan. Hi, Tiffany. Anyway, those who can do, those who can't teach. Well, we've all heard that, but some that teach can. And that's all I can say. Because, just for the record, a lot of what I do on this channel is teaching. Ken Boyle, I still put lead additive and I run non-ethanol. Makes me feel a little better. If it's something that sits for extended periods of time, non-ethanol is smart. But my cars basically sit all winter. I'll run them every month or so. But for years now, I've never had a problem. The Charger and the Demon have been running on ethanol fuel the entire time I've had them. Ethanol regular in the Charger, premium in the Demon. And yeah, I've no problems here. Not a once. Which is weird, because I've definitely seen ethanol gas problems, but I don't know, I guess just running them every month or so is enough. Yeah. Well, hello there. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. I can't do it. There's no voice for that. Did I say hi to Belle James? I think I did. I hope I did. That was a while ago. I'm way back in the comments. Also, Daryl from Detroit is here. Yo. So many comments. Lark, the upside down bathtub. Nah, that wasn't the Lark. I mean, kind of. Similar styling, I guess. But have you ever seen a Hudson or a Packard from 1940? When did the new Packard come? Damn it, I was just reading up on Packard. 49? 50? 49 to 51? Was that the bathtub Packard? I don't remember. Or it's up to 42 or 3, I think. Anyway. Yeah. Burnout Garage. Just sent those photos. Let me know what you think. I will let you know what I think. 68 Coronet. If you want this 273. Yes, I want this 273. Are you kidding? 68, though. It's hydraulic. What is that? The tubes look too big to be... Does this thing have a build sheet or a fender tank? That doesn't look... Hold on. Come on. What are you, screwing with me here? Come on. Fine. Refining search terms. I just want a picture of a 7 1/4. Huh. Well, I guess. I mean, it says right here, AFMJ body. Tom, help. I'm confused. This appears to be a 7 1/4. It doesn't... It looks beefier than a 7 1/4. It looks like a frickin' Dana 44 or something. How many bolt holes? I don't know. It could be a perspective thing. I swear that looks like a Dana axle. But the 7 1/4 does look like a Dana axle. Ah. Well, bolt pattern's different. All right. Well, that shouldn't be there. I don't know why that's there. I ain't never seen that before. And everything that I know about anything says those never came in those. So I think it's confusing. You're not supposed to cuss at children. I cuss at my child, but she cusses back. Mon Valley Muscle wants to know, do you think the C-Body platform... Wait, I lost it. Because the YouTube's is high on drugs. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Do you think the C-Body platform is the next round of Mopars getting time in the spotlight? Some, yes. Many, not so much. Yeah. Nice. Don't hate my comment. I make no promises. Packard Caribbean engine is the stuff of legend. 374 cubes. That's interesting. Yes, the Packard V8 could have gotten bigger. The Stude did not have the room to grow. That's one of the big problems with it. Scoop said, I'd like my 64 Chevy 2 back. I'll make you a hell of a deal on a 64 Bel Air. John Evans got rear-ended and has been looking for a new piece of garbage. Yeah, they're expensive now. It sucks. Rob Frankowiak, how about ethanol causing pinholes in carburetor floats? Believe that's what happened to me. Corrosion happens, yeah. And it's usually in things that sit for a long time where you see the moisture gathering and things corrode to bits. Again, on those cars, I've had zero problems. I've been running ethanol only for a long, long time. And I've never had... The only thing that I have repeated issues with, and it's probably ethanol related, is the wagon. And that's because it sits so much. And if it sinks, it's a witch! Yeah. Caitlin Harris, TCI is under the recently disappointing comp family. Avoid. I've had problems with the TCI transmission twice. Yeah. Jeff Hutchins says his seats are bad or pitted. Did he say that? Because I missed it. I missed that entirely. Yeah. Again, yes, if it's going to sit for a long time. My cars, I try to not let sit for that long. Again, they sit most of the winter, but I keep them fired up occasionally. Like I fired both up today. So, yeah. Dalton Sparks says, I need an 80s Charger to complete the collection. I'm working on it. All right. Raymond Cabell, how many old 1950s hemispherical heads? Well, I have one set. They're Dodge 315 heads. If ethanol's bad, why do my hands shake when I don't have any? Yeah. Jamie, how much is a relatively rust-free 4-door 66 to 70 C-body worth? 318. I don't think I'm the guy to ask, honestly. I don't know. I mean, from what I've seen, someone said the prices are going up and up. Yeah, they are on high-end cars, but on basic cars like that, I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could still get any C-body like that you want for under $4,000. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've been wrong before. I was going to go see if I could find one to compare to, but it seems unlikely. There's a 64 Newport in my front, in my driveway. That's $1,500, so you can just come buy that one. It's even a 361 big block. Scott Sullivan wants to know, why do Studebakers vibe so well on your channel? Do a beer hard cider episode. I can't do a cider episode. It's a car channel. I drink ciders in some episodes. Not often, but it happens. Alan is still awake. Very good. I wouldn't blame you if you weren't. I don't know. It's just like, see, I kind of said something about that. Well, actually, in the description of today's video, I didn't talk about it in the video at all. But AMC's became over the years kind of honorary Mopars, and Studebaker was supposed to be part of AMC. It just didn't happen. They're kind of like black sheep. They're odd. You don't see them anywhere else, and there's a good bit of that on my channel, like videos on cars that you just don't see other places. So that's part of it. They're just appealing in that way, I think. They're unique, they're interesting, and they're things that you'll never see. And the important thing, as always, is it's like an everyman car. It's not some fancy, oh, there were only 20 of these made and it's $1 billion. No, it's rare, but not in a way that's valuable. I did say that in today's video. So yeah, I don't know. They just fit in. I mean, Mopars have kind of always been an underdog in a way. Not from a horsepower standpoint, but from a popularity, adoption, how many were made, how many were sold, how many people were into them. Chrysler's always been the third of the big three. Not always, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, I think it's that. They're just neat. But yeah, people do seem to like the Studes. It's really interesting. Mark Howley, I put too many unleaded miles on a Chevy straight 6 and the exhaust valve sunk a 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch into the head. That's a Chevy. I don't drive those. That's why I don't have this problem. See that, and I'm not saying it's not a problem ever on other makes, but I drive classic Chrysler products and I've never had a problem. My 55 Plymouth Plaza that my friend Byron still has. That thing has done thousands of miles as just a car on cheap garbage gas. Chrysler's metallurgy oftentimes was better than the competition. Those guys run around looking for high nickel blocks. We always had those. But there were some super, super mega high nickel. That's another thing. But I think that's part of it. But also a flathead, you're dealing with a lighter spring. It's not... I feel like that's going to be an important factor. It's just a different configuration. So I don't know. If flatheads have that problem, it's news to me. Hi, mechanic named Mark. 5 golden Bows resistors. David G wants to know, will my Magnum ever die? Someday the heads will crack if they're not already. And someday one of those cracks might lead to coolant. Eventually. Until then, probably not. Those things are amazing. Would you just get dead already? Yeah. Magnums are great. I've opened many Magnums at around 200,000 miles, and the cross thatching is still there. Yeah. Chris, hi Jamie. What do you think of those octane boosters you can get now? I think they're complete garbage. Everything I understand about them is that they do nowhere near what they say they do. Michael Young made it, but late. How's it going, Michael? What is up? Excuse me. Nice. Burnout Garage, it does have a fender tag or something like that. I would love to see that. Yeah. I would love to see that. What are you doing? Weirdos. I apologize if I'm missing a bunch of comments. Hot Shoe, I had a cursed 383 for years. Nothing would make that thing run well. It's so interesting how hit and miss these things are. And it's not just 383s either. Did I say 318 or did I read that properly? It was the 383. I've had some really great 383s. Old Iron BNSF. I started them both today, says the guy with like 15 cars. Yeah, but only 2 of them matter in any way, or are worth anything, or have engines I care about. And that's the nice 2 that are inside. That AMC guy was wrong once. I didn't like it. I'm not a fan either. Nice. Gary Hergert drove the 500, Charger 500, and the Beauty Queen Fury on a couple mile drive today to keep them exercised. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Fion's Garage, Fionn, or something like that. Jamie, please help. 65 Fury 2 with slant and 904. Where can I find a companion flange? I don't know where you can find that. I know it has been done. Vivian's Dart has that done. It's got a slip yoke in the transmission in the front of the drive shaft instead of the ball and trunnion. But I don't know where those parts come from. I don't know. Call a drive shaft shop. Hopefully they can help. Bass clef connoisseur sees a bass and drums in the background. Let's not bullshit about cars anymore. There are multiple basses in the background, actually. That's my custom-built fretless P-bass special right there. And my Clicky Ricky's over here. Oh, yeah. Love this thing. Oop. I need to not look at myself in the video because I'm mirrored and it's just bad. I swear sometimes I know how to play bass. And right now I don't, but... As I always say, I am contextually good. That's a fair assessment. SA rebuilt my 383 Newport with the exact cam you recommended. It's a great one. Scoop is still thinking about pie. IB Anonymous says Studebaker trucks are awesome beasts. There's one where the 66 came from and where the parts car still is. And I could have it if I wanted it, but it is roached. Totally roached. So, yeah. Dang it. Comments keep jumping. Wow. Jeff Hutchins, I have a 48 tow motor forklift with a Continental Flathead 6. I have a Continental Flathead 4, marinized one. I've heard it run. Ethanol gas destroyed the Zenith updraft carburetor. Can't find a replacement. Well, I have one. It's garbage, but I have it. It's in pieces. I soaked it for like 6 months once. John Even, a Magnum head will live cracked forever. Yes, between the seats, but occasionally, every now and again, the crack between the seats will turn and run across the chamber toward water. I've seen it once. It happened on my brother's Magnum head swapped Roller 360. Oh, stop. And I've heard of it at least one other time. It is not common. And yeah, the cracks between the seats, yes, they will go for a long time. No one will know Scoop ate pie. We'll know. Would you chill? The dogs are annoyed. They're in dog jail. My wife is at a concert this evening. There might be whining dogs for the remainder of the stream. Yes, Fozzie drove a 51 Studebaker, and someone else told me Loaner Car in a movie was also a Studebaker of some kind. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, this is Mark's car. He says they look good with Krager's too. Yeah, that won't focus. I apologize, but his is way nicer. Just, yeah, way nicer. Would you guys chill? Commander. Nice. That one has extra trim and a V8. Ken Boyle sent me $2.99, and it's a thumbs up pear, which is funny because pears were discussed in Tony's Live. Bobblehead said something about Kurt Cobain. He was quite a bit older than me. I've never heard of the Walter P. Chrysler Edition 2005 PT Cruiser, but that's something. Oh, burned out garage. It's a 68 fender tag, so I don't know what it means. No, me neither. They're weird. Very weird. Dog, I will end you! Jesus. That is so cool. I just love 273s. Yeah, the letter tags are weird. Caitlin Harris wants to know, what's the plane up by the globe? I don't actually know what it is. Actually, there are two up there. My mother-in-law gave me that one. I don't know what that is either. That one, Frankie, my friend, the guitar builder and customizer, gave me that because he was afraid to crash it. And I said I would be happy to crash it for him, but I've never done it. Farley's Garage, what are your thoughts on 73.4 Roadrunners or Chargers? I've made some mods that you hate, but people tell me I get away with it because of the year. It's not the high dollar, more desirable Mopars. That is exactly my thought. I love the 73 Charger. I got to be honest, I don't have the same love for the late road. If they kept making Roadrunners, I guess. But the 73.4 Plymouth with that grill, I don't like that as much. Oh, Donnie informs me that's a P40 Warhawk, and Donnie would know. He has this crazy... He's like... Good night, Donnie. Have a good one. Thanks, Miss, to Donnie and his family there. Adorable. He has an ability... Car hunting. Huh. How long ago was this? Which video is that? Why do they have pictures of my... That's weird. Wow. What was I talking about? You know how I can spot cars, Donnie can spot planes. It's amazing. A plane will go overhead, he'll just look up and say something. And I assume he's right. Yes, damn near all of those Magnum heads are cracked. Anyway, Farley's Garage, my idea of the late B is that it's a perfect blank canvas. Do whatever you want. Even the rarer ones are not that rare or that special, and they were all low compression, and they were all getting lazy, and I think building one of those cars into what you want is the way to go. That's what we did with the Toolbox Charger. I really like that car. I think it turned out great. I'm happy with the mods we made. Yeah. A bear in its natural habitat. A Studebaker. Dalton Sparks, I'm not familiar with the 383 Industrial. There was a 361 Industrial. I don't know. Jeff Hutchins, Uncle Tony disagrees with me, but I think EFI makes engines last longer. Yeah, that's like a fact. Yeah. Also, more modern ring packs. That's the other big benefit of the Magnum. It's a smaller ring and a more modern material, I believe. And they just don't wear out the same way. It's amazing. The cracks, John even says the cracks make the Magnum head better. Yeah, it's stress relief. That's awesome. Daisy Duke drove a 74 Roadrunner. Miss Mooch is not hearing the puppers. I'd have to go in there to release them. And one of them, pomegranates. Yeah. I don't like pears. They're bad apples. I'm trying to answer 5 comments at once. It's a problem. Friggin' pomegranates. Anyway, the dogs, one of them is my wife's Velcro dog. He'll just freak out because she's not here. Bass Clef Connoisseur says the Fireglow Ricky is the only real choice. Very nice, man. And I noticed the fretless immediately. Yeah, my grandma bought me that bass in 2005 or 6. And I actually traded it to my friend who played bass in my first band for a long time. And he just kind of gave it back to me. We lived together for a long time. And when he moved out, he just kind of left it. And it was the only bass I had. And I started playing bass in bands. And I was just playing the fretless all the time. Then I got an Epiphone Thunderbird, which I loved because it actually cut through the mix, unlike the Fender. And then I got the Rick, and I was like, why did I ever think the Thunderbird was good? Because now I play it, and it's like, wow, this is all dead and lame and stuff. So yeah, I love the Rick. It's the best thing I've ever. Bobblehead sent me $20 and said, I pray Super Chats make you famous. I don't think that's how it works. But I thank you regardless. Barry Kuda. Good, we're on to World War II planes. Oh, and Patrick Radcliffe sent me $5. Tuppence for the hat. All right, all this daily driver talk. What is your ideal one, Jamie? 2018 Dodge Challenger. Classic daily driver, B-body. And the best daily driver would probably have a 318. But there are so many good options. I mean, a 6-cylinder is also a great option. But I like a little bit more pep in my step, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know if you're getting famous, Bobblehead, but you did get a bunch of thumbs up on your super chat, so there is that. That's the good news. John Even, I love working with the 73 Charger. I can still go pull stuff from yards for cheap for it. Nice. Not around here, but nice. Well, actually, I take that back. We did get the Hideaway headlight bumper from the local junkyard. Amazingly. Scoop saw an off-road 74 Roadrunner that looked real cool lifted. Was it the off-road runner from Dirt Every Day? Because that's amazing. And I don't know who this car hunting page is on Facebook, but their post of my/Allen's Chrysler 300 has exactly 20 likes. So they're kind of a big deal. Anyway, thank you, car hunting. Yeah, Dirt Every Day did the off-road runner, and it actually amazing. Love it. But it really annoyed me because I've been planning to do the Ram Charger, specifically a 73 Ford Charger, 4-wheel drive like that, for a very long time. But I haven't done it, so that's on me. That is on me. Jeff, I kind of need to keep the carb I have. I'm hoping I can make it work again because, like you, I kind of need it. The Cummins Cuda is pretty cool, says Tim Jefferson. I'm inclined to agree. We've had this discussion about the planes before. I don't remember. If it's a P40, Caitlin Harris will eat their hat. Oh, stop! Jesus Christ. I have an F4U? I don't even know what that is. Anyway. I thought Daisy Duke drove jean shorts. You shouldn't yell at... Jeff Hutchins said, you shouldn't threaten your dog. Yes, you should. He couldn't keep a straight face on that one. Brady Dog is here. Brady Dog is one of very, very few guys who absolutely hates the 81 Challenger. And I understand. And I apologize because I kind of figured it would go away. But everybody loves it. And it's staying. And I'm going to do more with it. Raymond Cabell has a 73 Gibson bass guitar. Nice. Todd and I called it a night a bit ago. Have a good one, Todd. See you later. You know how you can tell it's a mail plane? Jesus. It's not good. It's not good. What's that in the sky? It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Super Chat. Hippie Long. Hi, bro. Can't believe you're on. I'm on at this time every Sunday. Every week. I've missed 2? I think 2. In, God, it's been almost 2 years, I think. Has it? I don't know. It's been a long time, though. Been doing it for a bit. Dude, all the apps keep getting updated, and I hate it. I hate it. Stop updating things just to update them. Things that I use every day. The Studio app. The friggin'... Yeah, 2 years. It's been over 2 years since my first live. October 16th. Yep, I thought it was October. Yeah. So, except for like 2 Sundays, maybe 3 at most. I've done some on the road. Yeah, I've been here every Sunday for 2 years. Same bat time, same bat place. Anyway, where was I? I don't know. I don't know where I was. 194 of you still here. Thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate that. Hopefully, if you had important questions, I answered them. Donald! Well, that does look a lot like... Okay. All right. I'm not getting up. Uh-huh. Nice. Spitfire Mike, 540 trans have a 57 D500 with the 540 shift towers worn out. Will other 540 transmission tops interchange? I think so, but I am not an expert on those. I did a bunch of reading on them for a while because I wanted an overdrive 5-speed to put on the 48 Power Wagon. And it just never happened. I do apologize. I guarantee I missed a bunch of comments tonight. There are just so many now. Yeah, the dogs stopped howling, thankfully. But I do appreciate you all being here. And again, hopefully I got to most of the important questions and stuff. Plymouth on Plywood says, I bet an Imperial would be a comfortable daily. I agree. Brady Dog wants to crush the 81 Challenger. Vote now. I think you are going to hear a lot of disagreement on that one. Hippie Long with a question. Big question. Ooh. 66 273 oil pan with slots for nubby seal end. Do I drill out slots to get nubby to go in? Slots are too narrow for said nubby. They always are. No, you don't drill them out. So what you're supposed to do, or what I've done that works, a little bit of grease on the nubs, and then pull them through with pliers carefully, because you will rip the nubs off if you're not careful. Brady, I don't have a boy. That's my brother. It's my brother Colin. His son Hot Dog. And I thought Hot Dog had been in another episode, but I don't know. Yeah. Yep. Any love for Dinosaur Jr.? Classic Dude Mike wants to know. Yeah, I've never really gotten into music, but I did have a Dinosaur Jr. J. Mascis special Jazzmaster for a time. The white with a gold pickguard. J. Mascis Jazzmaster, which I loved and wish I still had. Not that I would play it. I just wish I had it. And I actually saw Witch and J. Mascis drums for Witch, and I had no idea until I saw them. It's awesome. But anyway. Scoop, what about a Rampage? I'm going to do an SRT4 Rampage someday. Today is not that day. John even says hating the 81 Challenger is the correct opinion. Well, I think if it just wasn't called a Challenger, everything would be fine. They actually are nice cars. They really are. They're pretty nicely built. They're nice inside. They're comfortable. They ride nice. They drive nice. They brake nice when the brakes work. They're not amazing powerhouses, but I've already found a bunch of the missing ponies on mine, and I know there are a bunch more. So, yeah. Yeah. Boredom victim. I didn't see your first comment. Oh, yeah. I saw your comment on this on a video. Got an Edelbrock 1406 for $100 last night. Going to do the annular booster upgrade. Very nice. Yeah, like I said in my response, I wouldn't say it's 100% necessary, but it's not super expensive, and it's a good thing to do. Oh, wow. Bobblehead says, your videos saved me at least $1,000 the last couple weeks. Wow. That was if I could find someone who actually wanted to work on my vehicle. So deepest gratitude. I am happy to help. Thank you. That's what I'm here for. Yeah. Is everybody's computer security updating right now? John even says, don't rip my nubs off. No, please don't. Please do not rip my nubs off. Cheap seats. Couldn't get the antenna mount off a 79 Adventurer Fender. Am I dumb? I hope not. There's a special tool for it, which you almost never have. Jeff Hutchins says, my chat interaction is top notch. I always stay to the end. That's not the one I meant to click on. Thank you. I try. I cannot get to all of them. Just can't. But yeah. And Alan says, please no crush on the 81 Challenger. I just did the calipers. Yeah. Never use just water in engines. Well, sorry. But the Demons had all water in it for the last 2 years. Yeah. Awesome. Hot Shoe's going to see about rounding up those 2.6 manifolds tomorrow. Fantastic. Yeah, let me know. It's deaddodgegarage@gmail.com if you don't have that. And Hippie Long said, thank you for your great programming. Happy to do it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Brady Dog, obviously the 7071 Challenger was a good car. But the 80s not really Challenger is actually also a very good car. It's a different good. Yes, call it something else. I wish they had. I really wish they had. Would have made it way better. I wish they had called it something else. Mark M, his videos cost me hundreds. Yeah, well, what do you want? Ain't nothing in this world for free. Nice. Wow, someone running Linux in real life. I'll be damned. It's T-Bird75. I haven't messed with Linux in a long, long time. Used to run Fedora Core. I think I checked out around Fedora Core 17 or something. Yeah, anyway. And Bobblehead needs to become a member with all the money he saved on car repairs. I wouldn't insist on that. But I do like the idea. 7071 Challenger build quality was abysmal. Build quality on all Mopars was abysmal. That's part of why we love them. Just lovable hunks of garbage. Dennis Wheeler, 81 Challenger will be Jamie's daily before long. I actually really do want to drive that. I think it would make a great daily driver. It's actually comfortable. See, that's the thing. It is more comfortable than the Corolla that I traded in and lost money on to get the, to get the Challenger, the new Challenger. And Alan was talking about how the 300 will soon be his daily driver just as soon as it's possible. And I wanted to be able to daily drive that one too. The only thing I'll say is I found the seats a little uncomfortable. The little tit things on them kind of dig in your back in certain spots. But other than that, it did seem very comfy. And those things are quiet inside and smooth. And yeah, very nice. And I'm obviously looking forward to doing more videos on the 79. People keep asking about it. Thankfully, Alan's going to help lead the parade on that one. Dogs are whining again. Call it a Sapporo. Well, yeah, they did that too. I just call it a Mitsubishi. Donnie, I bet I can make you say no. EFI the 81 Challenger. I'd like to. I'd like to do individual throttle bodies. That would be sick. But it's probably going to be Weber side drafts. I don't know. We'll see. Have a great week, Rich Jordan. Thanks for being here. Yes. Yeah, I will drive the Imperial Sum. It will never be a daily driver. I got to be honest with everybody and myself. I don't have any interest in like doing my daily driving in a classic. Not when it's an hour each way. Especially during certain times of the year. So, yeah. Yeah. AMC guy. That's why I liked my AMCs. Complete with factory options like doors that close or lacking pools of water in the front footwells. Yeah, okay. If you say so. Build quality drove me away. Okay, honestly, I don't think it's all that bad. I think you're being a little unfair. I referred to them affectionately as garbage, but I don't think the build quality is as bad as you think it is. What do Fians, or however that's pronounced, Garage wants to know what I think of the 74 Dodge Colt Cricket. I don't know a damn thing about it, if I'm honest. Never seen one. Mopar Bishi. Put a Holly 1920 on the Challenger and be done with the problems. Is the whole Mopar thing sort of a variant of Stockholm Syndrome? Yes. Yeah, and I've seen people doing the motorcycle carbs, so motorcycle Mikuni EFI makes some sense. Oh, that's Small Block Dave, Caitlin Harris. Ball and Chain has the premium YouTube account. Wow, I'll be damned. Very nice. Brady Dog, put a turbo in the 81 Challenger and drive it into a tree. I'd chip in 2,000 grand. For 2,000 grand, buddy, I'll do whatever you want. Windows XP forever. 7 was okay. I'm running 10 on this and this, and now I'm getting notifications that 10 is being EOL'd. Seems a little early, but okay. And the best part is they're like, oh, well, you can't upgrade, so buy a new computer. Just love it. John Even Daly's Magnum powered trucks. Those are great trucks. I really think they are. AMC had just owned a lot of Monday cars. Yeah, that may well be. I'm not saying they were perfect. Again, there were obvious shortcomings in quality things, and yeah, my daughter uses the premium account, but you can't listen to music. You can't use YouTube Music if someone is watching a video that is classified as music on regular YouTube. Ridiculous! It will actually stop your music player. Stupid. Yeah. Win 10 is end of life, October next year. Not looking forward to it. Yeah, Windows 7 was the last of the great Windowses. I'm inclined to agree. 10's fine, but 7 was great. I really think so. Oh, Rooster's here. That is the first Rooster comment I've seen. I beta tested Vista. It was interesting. It's just that it never really improved from the beta to release. And things got weird. John Even steals all his music as God intended. No comment. Now that the streaming appy thingies exist, I don't have to steal music anymore. On some hard drive in my big tower here, I got some stuff. Rooster said to make sure you hit the like button on your way out because it does stuff for the thing with the deal. Brady Dog wants to know if I'm going to shave. No. I'll trim it. I need a haircut and a trim, but I'm not going to shave. Scoop says most new stuff is garbage. So true. Welcome to the modern world. Enjoy your stay. Josh Homan says Windows 7 was much better than 10. I haven't had any problems with 10. I'd say 10's inoffensive, but I stuck with 7 as long as I could. The Vista, wasn't that the wagon on the 70s show? That 70s show? Sure. IB Anonymous is still running MS-DOS. Oh, you're one of those guys that uses graphical user interfaces. Yeah, okay. Wow. I'm still running DOS 6. Yeah, 7 was everything that Vista was supposed to be. Yeah, 7 was just a big bug fix for Vista. Why are we talking about Windows? I would still be running XP today, but programs finally stopped working on it. John Even has a mill at work that still requires me to use DOS. I know a few commands. No big deal. Chris Freemasser is watching this live stream on an Atari ST. That's sick. Winamp! It really whips the llama's ass. GUI guy. I have so many badass bass lines that I play in my band. Freaking lasers! But I can't remember any of them right now. Do you know any Primus? Strangely, no. I think certain people will listen. Yes, it's Rickenbacker 4003 in Fireglow. I love this thing. It's my favorite thing of ever. I don't know Pipeline. I don't know Spinal Tap. I know one Primus song, but I kind of know it on guitar and not really bass. Brady Dog, you got a P.O. box to donate. I don't like putting up my card. Well, don't put up your card. I have Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, all the things. I do not have a P.O. box. Cheap Seats, how does the truss rod vibrate? They have two. and the adjustment is balanced between the two, I believe. And what happens is one of them comes loose and then it rattles. And when it first started doing it, it was only at 7th fret G string and then another, like, maybe a fifth of that. But now it does. It kind of rattles all the time. John Evan's going to put his card number in the chat. I need to learn the South Park theme song. I can do this. That's all I got. Vivian, do you want to sell your old slant when we're done with the new one? It won't have a cylinder head or a cam. It'll just be a short block. And if you just want another worn out 225, I have a complete 225 engine here if you need one. It needs a rebuild. It had a bad piston, but it actually wasn't that bad. What do you mean I won't play Nirvana? I've played Nirvana before. That's not the key that's in. It's an A. Damn it. Southbound pachyderm, that's it. Damn it! I knew I was going to do that. Night, Bell James. Yes, Mike is the drummer in Frickin' Lasers. I did Lake of Fire, which is not a Nirvana song, but I did that 3 weeks ago, I think. Yeah. Mexican Spec. Yeah, we're done here. See you later. Scoop plays his Strat through an Ampeg bass amp. I kind of want to get an Ampeg. I have a combo there, but it really sucks. I want a real one. Shake hands with beef. I don't know how to play that one. Adios. Buena suerte. Hasta luego. Que tenga un buen noche. Smoke on the water. Yeah. Some of that reminds me of Tool. This should really remind you of Tool. I wrote that, and it's like, it's pretty much Tool covering Come Together. And it's not, I didn't do it on purpose, but it's what happened. There's a bass line. You know, Lemmy played a Rickenbacker too. I'm pulling one over on myself. Pulling one over on myself. Anyway, who'd win in a fight, Lemmy or God? Trick question. Lemmy is God. Yeah. Brian's late. Better late than never. Watched the new Stude video 3 times. Wow. Nice toy. Going to a good home. I think so too. I'm excited. Steve wanted a classic. It's perfect for him. He's super stoked. It's going to be great. Four-finger paw punch. Four toe bean. Yeah. Oh, cool. George Nemec is rebuilding an MP435 as we speak. I've never done a 435. Nice. Trying to set input shaft end play. Well, that's all magic to me. Tool gets channeled by a walrus sideboard. David Frias. I could seriously use those intake parts that came off the truck engine? Josh Bills, any news on the 55 Imperial? It got new tires. Can't buy a gas tank. Haven't done anything else. David Frias, those manifolds are literally garbage. I don't know why you would want another one barrel. Just get a better manifold. Like, if you're willing to pay to get one, get the Clifford with a 2-barrel adapter on it and get a real carb. Like, yeah, I don't. It's not worth what it would cost to ship it to you. Like, and I don't know where you are in the world, but there have to be 100 other people that want to give you a free one. Like, those things are just worthless. Totally worthless. Primus sucks! Why haven't I learned the South Park theme song? We have a song called Charlie Brown Radiohead that's really great, but without the guitar part, it's just not the same. People overprice things in California. Yeah, I know they do. There's a reason I don't live there. Ooh, P-Base. Very nice. I was initially very confused by Scoop's existence. The Snap-Ons, a Tool tribute band. Nice. That's awesome. I like it. The Snap-Ons, that's really good. Okay. Everything's more in California. Stuff's expensive in the Northwest, but, compared to some places, but. Dang it. I gotta record that. That's a good one. Gent. No, but at least once Michael, the drummer, has said, I wish sometimes that you would play bass like a normal person. Because I don't. Anyway, okay. Right. Normal is boring. Agreed. I gotta go pick up my kid. I need some dinner. I don't know Psycho Killer. I probably should, but I don't. Good luck with your lives. T-Bird, I've had many people tell me they wished I was a normal person. I get comments to that effect quite often. Not as much anymore, but I certainly did for a while there. You're kind of weird. All right. Yeah, 140. Well, now it's 144 lost souls still here. I'll see you guys later. I know Psycho Killer. I just don't know Psycho Killer. You know what I'm saying? It's different thing. Ain't never played it. It can't be hard. Anyway. Okay, bye. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys and gals. And adios. And que tengan un buen semana. Sí. Y hasta en 7 días. Okay, bye. Later, taters. Bye, Scoop. Bye, everybody.